Hi guys, it's Sandra Ayan again. Okay. I had told you guys that earlier when I did the video. Oh my God. Hold on. Is that the mailman? Okay. Okay. Sorry. Mailman came and then I got dogs that are great guard dogs. So, anyways, this is what the hair looks like. Yeah, I know. I've been running around ragged. Okay, good. I got 70 of you guys up there. That's great. It's going to be the 2009 timesheets. I'm going to set the phone up real quick because I'm going to teach you guys about the yes, I'm on my knees. And I just ran up the stairs. So, I'm a little winded. I'm going to teach you guys about the 70% rule, okay? I think this is the best option for February. Somebody that's up there, one of you 7 people, please tell me. Oh no, reconnecting. Sorry. Hola, buenas tardes. Sierra. Este video va a ser en inglés, ¿ok? Pero nomás termino de hacer el video y lo voy a hacer en español para que entiendan porque el mes de febrero es muy importante. So basically what I just told Sierra. Oh no, I'm getting calls up the yin yang. Anyways, this video is going to be in English and then I'm going to do one in Spanish because February is really important and that's basically what I just told her right now. All right, cool. So I have 4 people now that are up there looking. One of you guys give me your hours. I need one of you guys to tell me how many hours you get a month. Per month, not per week. So if you know how to do like comment when you guys like comment, I guess when I come up, you guys can comment. Give me an example because I'm going to teach you how to do the 70% that you guys, that I think is going to work best for the month of February. All right. What do we got? 86.25. Laurita. Okay. That's cool. Stop. Don't give me any more. That's good enough. 86.25. I'm going to teach you how to do the 70% for the month of February, okay? Because this is what's actually going to help. So every time, let me I'll remember. Every time we call to the 888 number, 888-822-9622, every time we call them, they, there's a saying on there. Okay. Ahorita les contesto las preguntas que tengan, okay? Permítanme. I'll answer questions in a little bit, okay? So every time you guys call the 888 number, if you guys listen to the message that they're saying, okay, Ferdinand, so just Laurita and Ferdinand, that's going to be it, okay? Every time you guys call, if you guys pay attention to the message that they give you, it says on there, never claim more than 70% per timesheet, okay? I'm going to teach you guys how to do the percentage. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn the phone around. I won't be able to see the comments anymore. No, mama. I won't be able to see the comments anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and teach you on 86.25 hours per month, how to get the 70% out of that. And then, Ferdinand, did you say that you get 43 hours and 43 minutes a month? Is that correct? Just say yes or no, so that I know that that's the next one I'm going to be doing. Because I need you guys to understand how to be able to do the 70% so that you have enough space for the month of February. Are you there with me, Ferdinand? Okay, I'm sorry, going once. Can you type on there if it's 43 hours and 43 minutes per month that you have? In the meantime, let's see how many more people. Yes, ma'am. All righty then. Let's do this. Okay, good, good. Okay, cool. All right, now hang on to everything else, you guys, okay? Just I'm going to try to go as slowly as possible. Once again, this is the best that I've come up for the month of February. It's all about planning. It's all about organizing, okay? So that your timesheets are correct. Okay. Hang on one second. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place my phone, turn it around. You see my board nice and shiny, and I'm going to start this. Okay. I'm going to turn my phone around and then I'll turn it back around. See if there's any questions that I can answer. Okay. So just bear with me, you guys. Oh, and, I got my phone plugged into the charger, so it's never going to die. So that's cool. I'm all yours for tonight, actually, which is pretty cool. I like it. Okay. Hang on a second. I'm going to turn it around. So we're going to do, where are you? Here you are. And we're going to do, turn you around. Okay, cool. Uh-oh. I should go the other way. Because I want to make sure that this thing is like, sorry. I want to make sure that all the letters and all the numbers are like in order. This is my humble home. Welcome. There we go. Why is it doing that? There we go. Oh, because I'm pulling it. Duh. All right. So how does that look, you guys? I can see some of the comments. Does that look okay? Talk to me, people. Can you see it? Somebody say yes. Is it not going to do it? All right. So what does this thing want me to do? Rotate you? The phone's telling me to rotate it. I should have started it in landscape. Let me see if I can get the whole thing. Yeah, that's what it was doing. All right. So just bear with me. Like I said, I got to back this up. And make sure that I get the whole board. Cockeyed, claimed, it's not wide enough. I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. But I'm super excited, so just bear with me. All right. I think there's a whole board. You guys get to see some of my files. All right. So I'm like blind, okay? And I normally have to like zoom in. So I'm going to be really specific about, here we go. I'm going to be really specific about saying what's on the board, okay? Let me call my son real quick. Edwin? 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 Let me see if he'll come up here and take a look at my, I need a pen. Take a look so that I could see it. I could make sure that what I'm saying is coming out. and you guys can see it. Kind of like a test run. All right, so we are doing 86 hours, 25 minutes, and then we're going to do 43 hours and 43 minutes for Ferdinand. This is all math, okay, you guys? That's all it is. It's very simple math. Calculator is up here. Okay, cool. All right. So when you guys call the IHSS number, I'll put it here. That doesn't work. I know I should have bought markers. So this is the IHSS hotline. We are going to put a little chili pepper for it. Okay. That's supposed to be a little chili pepper. I should put a red, huh? Anyways, that's the hotline. If you guys listen to the message that they're telling you when you call them, they're telling you, they say quite a few things, but one of the main ones that I focused on was never claim more than 70% of your total hours per timesheet. So I started asking myself, how is it that I know, how would I know what 70% is, right? So I asked, and basically this is what they do, okay? So we have 86.25 for Laurita, okay? She's the one that gave me the first example. How would I find out what 70% of that is? So if I divide this in half by 2, I know that's 50%, right? I know percentages, and I mentioned that I know I just started learning. Well, this is quite a few years back, but when I was in college, I had to take college algebra and I had to learn fractions. I don't like fractions. I hate fractions. I don't like word problems. So I understand how frustrating it is for us. But basically, this is how they figure out the 70%. They take the hours, the 86.25, and they multiply it by 0.70. That's how they get the 70%. Now, I'm not a genius, okay? So I'm going to use a calculator. Like I said, I bought this at Walmart. It was like $4. It's a little bit more sturdier than the 99-cent store calculators, and it's a little bit more comfortable. So how do I know what 70% of 86.25 is? And this has a lot to do with February's timesheet, okay? Because it's the most, because February is so short. It only has 28 days. It's so short that we have to kind of like condense, and we kind of have to squeeze in, okay? So how do I know what 70% is of 86? So then I take 86.25 and I multiply it by 0.70. And it gives me a total of 60.375. Okay? God, this is such a much better board. I'm glad I relaminated this thing. This here, the 70%, 70, you ask me why 70%, set 0.70, because this equals 70%. Okay. I basically moved the decimal. This is how you convert percentages into decimals. I basically moved this whole number here 2 over. And that's how I know that's 70%. So 60% would equal 0.6. You don't really need to put the 0, but I want you guys to see the 0. So it would be 0.60. If you wanted to get 25%, you would do 0. If you wanted to know what 25% was, then 25% would be 0.25. Okay, you guys follow me so far? But for us, the important part is the 70%, okay? The 70% because we're not supposed to go over 70% on each timesheet. So 70, how do I find out what the 70% is of 86.25? That's easy. I grab my calculator, I'll multiply it times 0.70, and then I get 60.375. The 375 is again a decimal. I don't worry about that. I just don't really want to deal with decimals, and I don't want you guys to deal with decimals. But here's another thing too. I like to be safe, and I like to make sure that I have some cushion. So the max that I would say to do, and remember, these are hours, okay? These are hours and these are minutes, okay? This is the percentage. So this would be the hours. This is not the minutes. This is the decimals. That's why I cross them out, because our calculator rounds up to 100. It divides our minutes into 100. So 100 minutes, 100 decimals would equal 60 minutes. Okay, 0.10 would equal 60 minutes. 0.75 would equal 45 minutes. Okay, 0.50 would equal 30 minutes. Okay, 0.25 would equal 15 minutes. When we enter 86.25, the calculator thinks of this 25 as a decimal, and it divides it up to 100, which is why I tell you guys, do not worry about the decimals. Do not worry about this 0.375 would be somewhere in between the 0.25 and the 0.50. And here, just so that I just made copies of a decimal chart that the county sent to me. It's a conversion table. And the conversion table tells you exactly what each decimal is. So I want to go this way so I can see what I'm doing. Here, let me see. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, here we go. That's the conversion table. And put a little more further. I don't want you guys to use the conversion table unless you're like super really good with your numbers, because ultimately what the computer does is it looks at it. The computer is the one that adds up your time, divides your minutes. They divide it by 4.33. There's a big formula. So just so that you guys can see this point, so we could work the 70% of 86.25 is 60 hours. Now I want to know what this decimal is. 0.37. This 5 rounds it up to an 8, so it's 0.38. 0.38 equals 22 minutes. That's what 0.38 equals. 22.80 according to the chart. I don't want you guys to do all of that, which is why I cross it. But I also want you to take a little more precaution. Do not get greedy. I know now that after I multiply to get the 86.25 to get what the 70% is per timesheet that I can get to, I know that it's 60 hours. Okay? So I want to be safe, and I'm going to say that the max that I want to do, because I want to be safe, is going to be 55 hours. And that's just because that's what I want to do. I want to have that 5-hour cushion so that I'm okay. I'm comfortable. And I know that 55 is below the 60, which would be below the 70%, just to put me in a safe zone. Okay. So now, this is the reason why I don't want you guys to deal with decimals. You see that 1.0 equals 60 minutes. 0.75 equals 45 minutes. 0.50 equals 30 minutes. 0.25 equals 15 minutes. And it's very frustrating because you can make a mistake. You can think that this is 37 minutes and it's not. That's why I like completely cross it out so you guys don't deal with that, because it's not minutes. This is decimals. And as we just went through the conversion table, it's 22.80, whatever that means. So it's like 23 minutes. So I don't want you guys to deal with that. I'm going to erase this now. Okay. Because now we need to do the math on the 86.25 for February. So I know now that my 70% of 86.25 equals 60 hours that I can claim on my timesheet. But I am going to be a little safe, and I'm going to reach the max of 55 hours because I am more comfortable with that. Now we got to do the math for the 86. Now we do the regular math, okay? Consider this one a freebie, Laurita. So we get 86 hours, 0.25 divided by 4. And then, because what I'm trying to get to is my weekly hours. I need to get some more markers. So now we're going to take 86 with the calculator, 25 divided by 4 equals 21.56. So the 21, this is my hours. This is a decimal. Remember, the calculator rounds up to 100. So, and 0.50 was 30 minutes. So in all actuality, she can work 21 hours and like 32 minutes. What is 0.56? Looking at the conversion table. And I got this one from the county, okay, you guys? Think. 40. Whoa, this thing skips 41. Wait a minute. No, there it is. Oh, I did this wrong. No, I did it right. 56. 0.56 is 33 minutes and 60. 33.60 is what the table says. So 0.50 equals 30 minutes. Okay. So she would be able to work, actually, according to the conversion table, 33 minutes. But once again, I don't want you to do that because it's easier to count dollars than it is change. So you are going to completely ignore the 56. And now you know that every week you're allowed to work 21 hours. That is the max amount of hours that you're allowed to work. Okay? So this is the catch, okay? This timesheet is for February. Okay? And it's for the 1st to the 15th. All right? The 1st of February is on a Friday. Then the 2nd of February and the work week ends. I have to give you, you're going to have a claimed claimed hours here. You're going to have claimed hours there because of the previous timesheet. So we're going to say that your claimed hours are 17, okay? Let's just say your claimed hours are 17. 17 hours that you worked here. Okay? You worked 17 hours in those days. Now, if you're allowed to work per week 21 hours every week, okay? And you already claimed 17 hours here. Our work week starts on Sunday and it ends on Saturday. Work week starts on Sunday. Missing a 3. And it ends on Saturday. Work week starts on Sunday and it ends on Saturday. This is the one that comes in zeros. So even though our work week started on Sunday and the timesheet ended on Thursday, our work week still continued. So Laurita, you have 21 hours approved to work per week. But you've already worked 17 hours. So what I do is, if I have 21 hours that I'm allowed to work per week, and I've already worked 17 hours that I'm going to take away, that leaves me 4 hours to work here. 4 plus the 17 that you've already been paid for equal the 21 that you're allowed per month. Okay? How do you enter that? It's all about calculating. It's all about organizing. You have to organize your time. You have to schedule time. You have to you just have to organize. You have to organize your time. So the way that I would organize my time is I would put 2 hours here and 2 hours here. Notice that I didn't put any zeros. Oh man, I just broke my cigarette. Notice that I didn't put any zeros here. Our timesheets are read by a machine. The machine reads our timesheets. The less the machine has to read, the better the less the machine will make a mistake. I have had the machine make a mistake. I have told you guys that the machine, I called in and I asked for a couple of timesheets. One was for 39 minutes. The other one was for 6 minutes. I don't care. It's my money. Give me my money. I work for my money. The machine makes a mistake. So the less amount of hours the less amount of marks that you put on your timesheet, the better. The less the machine has to read. You have to make sure you put them in the right place also, okay? Now, we already know that these are hours and these are minutes, right? We have hours and we have minutes. Hours and we have minutes. And this is all over here, but I didn't want to put that on there. Okay, so our next step is to fill in the rest of the timesheet. Now, this is what I do, okay? I know that I cannot go over. I know that 70% of the 8625 is 60%, but I choose to do 55, so I have a little cushion, okay? So now, I know that every week, per week, I'm allowed to do 21 hours. And here's 7 days. So what I do, the way I organize my time, is there's 7 days in a week. This is a full work week too, you guys. This work week is not touched by this work week and is not touched by this work week. This work week will always be full. Always be a full work week. And in another video, I'll tell you why it's so important to make sure that your work weeks are full so that you're guaranteed your overtime. Because every week we're allowed to work 40 hours a week of regular time. At now, our rate here in LA County is $12.60. In overtime, my hourly rate is $18.90 here in LA County. I haven't done a thorough search to see where else they got a raise. Someone contacted me yesterday in San Francisco. I looked up, I called Daddy, and that's Google. I asked Google, I said, Google, what's the minimum wage for home care workers in San Francisco? And it said that the minimum wage was $15. I don't know how much San Francisco people are getting paid, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot more because it's expensive up there. So it's important it's important for you to claim a full work week, because if you don't claim a full work week, if you do not work a full work week, you're shorting yourself of overtime. Now, I had an incident with a young lady that did a timesheet for one of the providers, and when I looked at that timesheet, I said to her, "Is this what you worked?" She said, "No, I worked more." And I said, "Well, why did you just put these hours? You're supposed to put the hours that you work every day on there." But this particular lady was shorted, and her shortage was costing her $150 in overtime because of the hours that she didn't put in correctly. So when it comes to overtime, and I will explain it in another video, basically is we're allowed 40 hours of regular time. If the 40 hours would have been met here, then this particular lady was getting paid 65 hours a week. The other 25 hours would have to have been put here, and that would have been her overtime. 40 hours plus 25 hours is the 65 per week. And that 25 hours amounts to, I think, like, I haven't done the math because it just changed. It amounts to like $500. So that's quite a bit of a difference. But for this particular lady, she was losing $150, which she didn't lose because I fixed it for her. So she got her $150. Yay. So that's how overtime works on that. But here, let me go back now. So, okay, you're allowed 21 hours a week. Okay. You've already worked 17 hours here. I take the 21 that I'm allowed. I take away the 17 that I've already worked, and I have 4, and I put it here, and this is how I would work. And I plan ahead. This is what you would work for February. Laurita, your hours are going to be totally different up here, but the concept is still the same. You're allowed 21, take away what's here, and work the rest here so that you meet the 21 for February. Why? Because of how small it is. Now, I told you guys this is the full work week. And the way that and I'm allowed 20, and Laurita's allowed 21 hours a week. The way I would do this is 21 divided by 7 is 3. So I would put what, Mama? That's what I would put. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. And now she has a full work week of 21 hours. Okay? Now, normally, the pattern that I try to follow with my timesheets is this pattern here. For one of my ladies, I get 102 hours. Wait a minute, that just increased. Okay, let's go back to what it was. It was 89 hours. My Rosemary used to get 89 hours. Now she's going to get 102 because I went to the evaluation. I was persistent. I was like, you know what? No, she needs more time, blah, blah, blah. I advocated and I won. I was able to get her more hours. So normally for my Rosemary, I was working 21 hours a week. So this is how I would fill mine out. I have another one that I was working 8 hours a week. So I would put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. And then I would put a 2 here. That was my 8 hours. This has a relevance. Okay, just bear with me. Another lady was what is it? 16 hours, 16 hours a week. So what I did was 16 divided by, I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm not a genius and I'm tired. 16 divided by 7 is 2 hours. So once again, I know that 2 times 7 is 14. So what I did was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. By putting 2s, I would put 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. And that would give me my 16. So what I do, the pattern that I do, because now we got to fill work week 3. What I would do, Laurita, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's going to give you 18 hours. Now, I just got this example from you, okay? So now what I have to do is I have to make sure that I don't go over the 55 hours in this timesheet. So we have 4 plus 21 plus 18. And that's a total of 43 hours. 43 hours. Okay? 43 hours puts me below the 55. And it also keeps me under the 21 allowed per week. So this is how I would fill my timesheet for Laurita for the month, for the first half of February. Hi, son. Can I get something to drink, please? Water? No. Give me some juice or something, some gin and tonic, right? Hey. Oh, I never had that before. Just sounded good. So I respected the fact that I didn't go over the 70%. Okay. I also gave myself a little bit of cushion. So instead of 60 hours, which is actually the 70%, I want to be safe. So I'm only going to go up to 55. I respected the fact that I cannot go over 21 hours per week. In this claimed hours is where everybody is having the problem. 100% of the people are having a problem there because it's not being explained properly. So I have 17 claimed that I worked here. I want to get to 21. 17 plus 4 is 21. This is a full work week. Okay. So automatically it's 21. I followed this pattern to fill this week out, which gave me an 18, which on the 16th of the next timesheet, I am going to work 3 hours. 18 plus 3 would be the 21 allowed. And this gives me a total of 43 hours. 4 plus 21 plus 18 equals 43. All right, cool. I am going to now erase this because now we're going to work on the second half of February. Okay, so you guys can see. So what can I keep? What can I keep? What can I keep?
The straw doesn't really look good.
Oh, wow. Maybe because it's 2 straws?
Yeah. It's because I love you.
Mountain Dew. So now we're going to do the timesheet for the 16th to the, I think it's the 28th. Let me look real quick. My calendar. This is January. Yep, 28th. I had a therapist, yeah, because I'm crazy, that told me her birthday was on the 29th. I think she's going to be 12 when the 29th comes again. So now we're going to do the timesheet for February 16 to the 28th. The one thing that I want you guys to remember from this timesheet that is necessary for the next timesheet is this here. You know why? Because our work week starts on Sunday and ends on Saturday. But this timesheet ended on Friday. So this here is now going to turn into your claimed hours. Okay? Okay, so another thing we have to do. So let's do that. So now we're gonna pretend these 18 hours are now going to be our claimed hours. I don't want to forget that. Think. My hours are 86. Where can I put you? Where can I put you? February 16 to the 28th, 2019. Okay. Laurita does 86 hours and 25 minutes. Okay. And on the first time sheet, she already worked 43 hours. Okay.